This broadcast is brought to you in part by Coca-Cola of Tupelo, Davis Ford, Family Pharmacy of Fulton, First American National Bank, First National Bank Pontotoc, Itawamba Loans, Jesco Incorporated, McDonald's of Monroe, Chickasaw, Lee, and Pontotoc counties, Mid-South Fine Printers, Peppers at Crosstown in Tupelo, Rehab at Work, RJ's Eatery, State Farm Agent Rich Potter in Tupelo, and Trustmark Bank.
Welcome to ICC Football with head coach John Williams. I'm Will Kohlmeyer, the Director of Public Relations, Marketing, and Sports Information at ICC. And here's the happy head coach, John Williams. And first of all, congratulations. Your first win as a head coach at ICC, a thrilling 21-14 win at East Central.
Absolutely. It was a special day. Enjoyed our time down there in greater Decatur area. Familiar territory for me as that's where I began my career, and is somewhat poetic to get my first win there. So just excited.
Well, what was the difference Thursday night down in Decatur for ICC to pull out that 21-14 victory?
Well, you know, I think our guys just stayed the course. You know, we didn't panic when the points didn't go up quickly, and they just stayed the course and executed the game plan. And I think our defense won the game for us. Our defense had that bend but don't break mentality, and certainly came up with some big plays at opportunistic times.
No question about that, and we'll talk more about those, especially in the first half. Let's go right into our first half highlights from last Thursday night's game at Warrior Stadium at East Central Community College, where ICC fell behind early on. These first half highlights, by the way, brought to you by Coca-Cola of Tupelo. We talked about it on last week's show and even on the pregame show with our radio broadcast. We got to start fast. Once again, we did not do that. East Central, a very impressive 80-yard drive right off the bat, and it culminated with a 22-yard run by Ryan Mathern. Boy, he was a good quarterback, very elusive.
Yes, he was. He's a guy that we looked at on the recruiting trail and thought that he was a very elusive runner and just was a playmaker, made things happen. And he certainly had the numbers to back it up. But again, the only stat that matters at the end of the game is what's on the scoreboard, and we took care of business there. So we'll take this win and move forward.
Well, and that score by Mathern was the only score of the first half. But then in the second quarter, nice drive for the good guys, and it culminated with an Andy Wilson 2-yard run. Will Goodwin's extra point with 9 minutes left in the first half, and we were tied at 7.
Yeah, you know, Andy really stepped up this week and thought he matured as a quarterback and as a leader of our team. Never really got flustered, and you know, just managed the game really well. There was a few times there where he could have forced a bad throw, and instead he you know, made the right decision and was able to live to see another play.
Defensively, we kept it at 7-7. I mean, East Central, it seemed like every time we looked around, they were knocking on the door. But a sophomore out of Aberdeen High School in Monroe County, Tevin Blanchard, had 2 huge picks, Coach, both of them in the end zone to stall those East Central drives.
Yeah, you know, Tevin just played lights out. You know, he had the 2 huge interceptions. He had 8 tackles on the night. He had 1 pass breakup and had, I believe, 40 yards of return yards off his interception. So, you know, without a doubt, he played his finest game of his career here at ICC, and we're excited and hope that he can better his performance in the future.
No question about that, and those are your first half highlights brought to you by Coca-Cola of Tupelo. Well, we were tied 7-7 at the break. When we return to ICC Football with John Williams, we'll take a look at those second half highlights. They're brought to you by the McDonald's of Monroe, Chickasaw, Lee, and Pontotoc counties.